That's better, thank you. I'll try that again. Yes, so hello to everyone, thank you for joining me. Like to say particular welcome to Patricia, our cowgirl from North Dakota, because it's morning? Morning? Yep. Okay. Thank you, Ulrika. And as I say, we've got the usual suspects. We've got Ulrika, we've got Thea and Jan, all here to say hello. I am here in some capacity, obviously. Today is going to be a bit of an experiment. It's going to be quite interesting. I've been back to the hospital today and things are going as well as can be expected. I think that's probably the best explanation I can give just now. Obviously, things are still broken and they're not going to be unbroken anytime soon. But in the last, I would say probably 3 days or so, I've started to feel like things getting better and like I'm able to move things, but the hospital are very keen for me to keep moving things My thumb is a hairline fracture, and because it's a thumb, they can't really do anything with it anyway. But the specific break in my elbow, it is a radial break, so it's like the bottom bone, it's this bone, but right on the end. And the best course of action for that is actually to keep it moving. So when I went to the hospital after I came back from Cyprus, the first thing they did was cut off the cast that I was in. I had to be in a cast to fly home. It's like an insurance thing. But yeah, so it's complicated, okay? But I do want to try and keep doing things. I have been absolutely bored out of my skull for well over a week now, and a little bit miserable. So I've made some adjustments. And we're going to see how this goes. As I said in the post that I put on YouTube earlier, I'm not sure how much painting we're actually going to get done today, but I'm going to try my hardest. What I'm finding is, though, I tire really easily. And when I was talking to the doctor this morning, she said to me that basically your body's trying to heal two limbs at the same time. And it's quite common that you feel like fatigued and things get sore quite quickly. So we're just gonna chill out for an hour or so. I'm not keeping it rigid like for an hour. I'll just see how I feel. But I made a few adjustments. I don't know if any of you saw the post earlier, but I've modified my my paintbrush. And this is basically because I can't make can do it with this hand. I can't make this motion with my left hand, which is obviously my dominant hand, but I can squish a paintbrush in there. And I can do this, so we're gonna try today. We'll see how it goes. But I'm more here for the conversations about the merch line, because I had quite a positive response from that. And, as I stated in the last stream, we start these conversations here. There's a lot of seeds that are planted in the streams that then, turn into something bigger. So we start it here and then put it out to the wider audience via a poll on the I keep going to call it the community tab, the posts tab, and we'll do that. Patricia's asking, I'm sorry I missed that, what happened to you? I was on holiday. I went to Cyprus for some time off, and I said before I left that I needed a break. And I was visiting one of the archaeological sites, of which there's quite a few in Cyprus, and I didn't fall from a height, so to speak. I was just scrambling up some loose ground, and I fell backwards and landed really badly. So I've broken my right elbow and my thumb on my left hand. So yeah, that's been fun. The rest of my holiday basically was just eating and drinking, which I need zero help with. So I felt kind of ruined the holiday a bit, but yeah, we're here. I'm still in one piece. I did pop on early. We're very early, Mary. It is a very sophisticated modification, I'm sure you'll agree. It's not sellotape. There is see one of my my painting rags. I had a long skinny one, so I wrapped that around and then wrapped it in cling film, or I think saran wrap if you're not in the UK. But it just the natural position of this hand, it just fits in there really well. The brush that I've actually got, this is a sea white brush, but it's a synthetic brush that's meant to mimic Kolinsky. The reason I picked it is it holds a lot more water than the white tipped sea white brushes that I normally use, and there's a bit more flexibility in the nib, but I'm sure you can see there it's got a really pointy point on it. I can't use a small brush because I can't grip them because they've got very skinny handles, so I thought this was a good idea because I might be able to do some detail with it. Just trying to use the pointy point. But I don't know how it's going to go. I've got Dominique as well. Hi, Dominique. Cup of tea? Yeah, well, Cox, it kind of it kind of ruined my holiday, honestly. Well, that's the thing, I'm kind of touting this as a more of a chilled out chat kind of thing, but I am going to do some artwork. I've used paintbrushes. But I'll say, the thing is, I should really have tested this one out before we came to do this, but I just didn't. I did a lot yesterday. I'm back to work and I spend a lot of time at the desk, and it's really, really hard on everything. And I also packed shop orders yesterday afternoon, so by the time I got to like 5 o'clock last night, I was so done, and I felt as if someone had just like basically tried to wrench my arms out my elbow joints on both sides, and I ended up falling asleep on the couch. I never ever ever sleep unless it's like night time, and I fell asleep on the couch in Mr. Jem's lap, and he was like, "Oh, you needed that." So that's the kind of state of play. No testing, more fun this way, exactly, Jan. So I'm going to take this thing off. I am allowed, because of the nature of the break, I am allowed to walk about without this on, but I'm just more comfortable if I don't have it on. And I've got this, two hands for everything. This is basically like my comfort blanket, you know, like toddlers have. But I can wrap this around the armrest on this side, and I can rest this elbow on it, and it means I can put my hand on the desk. I do have, I don't normally wear this, but I've got like a support on this, but it's got like a donut part, you can see it through my jumper, that goes round your elbow, and it means I can rest my elbow on the desk without my elbow hurting, because obviously if I was to do that, that would be really sore. So between the armrest on the chair and the desk, I should be okay for like an hour or so. So that's where we're at. Everything is good. I have tea here, but I have to do it again, toddler. I'm like two hands, and then I have to kind of like, and that is how we drink tea. So everything will be fine. Honestly, it'll be great. I'll be okay. Oh, and here's another. I'm not going to. Yeah, YouTube. No. Still not using names. I know it's you, Martine, now though, which is nice. And just sippy cup, yeah. It's honestly like, see, I mean, I know I'm a person that's on my own most of the time, and I'm obviously a very independent person. This last week has been really hard because there are things I cannot do myself. I can't do my hair. This is a Mr. Jem ponytail. I asked him for a high ponytail, but like not scraped back, and I think you'll agree he's done pretty well actually, considering he has no hair. So yeah, I can't do that. I can't fasten or undo a bra myself, which for someone in the larger booby brigade, that's a problem. So I've felt very sort of pathetic and useless, just because there's things physically that I can't do. The other thing I can't do, which might be a blessing in disguise, is our fridge freezer. It's one of the like tall ones in the fridge and freezer have like a door each, you know, like a wardrobe. I can't pull the doors open, so I can't get into the fridge. Absolutely useless when you're trying to make a cup of tea, but generally probably not a bad thing. Oh, so you know too, Mary. Like it's not fun. I mean, I've been used to making adjustments for my left hand. Like I've been doing that for over a decade. But see, when both don't work, it's bloody hell. Hi, Angela. Yeah, I'm getting there, Angela. I'm doing pretty good, honestly. I think I'm doing better than I could have expected, because it's only been 2 weeks. So, okay, all cows had elbow stuff, splints, etc. were a pain. The amount of time I just took them off was leave. Well, the thing is, they've told me that like I'm allowed to take my sling off, but I asked when I was at the hospital this morning, I asked the doctor specifically, when I'm out walking the dogs, my dogs aren't on a lead, I've got 2 collies and live on a farm. But having the sling on, my arm is here, and it means that I can't see my feet because I've got a big bust. And then when you put the arm in front of it, and I'm paranoid that I'm going to trip on something because I live on a farm. It's uneven, you know, it's not like a nice smooth pavement. So I said to her, is it okay if I go out walking without the sling on? And she's like, oh yeah, like that's much safer. Like at this point we want you to move it. and we don't want you to fall over. So please, like, just do what you think's right, but try not to do too much. And as I say, I learned that the hard way yesterday, and what I did yesterday will not be repeated for at least a week or so. Bras are overestimated. Yeah, Ulrich, I mean, like, you and I, let's just like fling them away. We don't need them anymore. Sakina, hello. There's only so many times you can break your arm. Well, I broke this wrist years ago, but obviously that's my surgery hand. I've talked about that a lot on the channel. But this time it's my thumb, so I'm really paranoid because if something goes wrong with this, I've basically got a not working dominant hand, and I really, really don't want that. But anyway, we're here. We're definitely getting there. Cal says, sadly, bras are the only thing that comes between me and black eyes. You're in my gang, hello. Have the same thing when wearing goth corsets. So, yeah, anyway, I'm allowed. Right, okay, we're just after 4 now, so please excuse me because, again, I've explained the setup before, but I'm actually going to have to, like, turn to do stuff because I can't do that much, like, I don't have that much movement in this arm, so I need to use this finger, and it is just literally this finger, but like, just bear with me. Oh, look, there we go. So I thought it was only appropriate that for the painting that we return to the scene of the crime. So this is a picture that was taken at the Tomb of the Kings in Cyprus, which is just outside Paphos, which is the capital of Cyprus. And I liked this, and I took this picture specifically because this area was fenced off. You can see this has been a tomb-like structure at some point, and it's become dangerous because there's been a tree that's grown out of it and it's split all the stone, so this could fall off at any time and hurt someone. So with the rest of the ruins, most of the basically the excuse me, the Tomb of Kings it was underground tombs that were built, and we assume that it was done to protect the bodies because it was on the coast, blah blah blah. So this was obviously buried over at one point, but the whole site was dug out and we found all these fantastic things. But this particular one has been left to its own devices. I am a person that likes things that you're not supposed to do, which is how I ended up in this. Oh, that was too quick. I ended up in this position, so I thought this was a really nice picture. But if you look at the sky here, we've got a really nice gradient. Oh god, I've got a tickle now. I'm gonna lift the cup. You wait, as you get older, you have to lift up your boobs to do your trouser belt up. No. Oh, Jan. Cal's dad went into an underground shrine in Paphos looking for a public toilet. Anyway, so I thought this would be a good thing to paint. Now, the thing is, generally speaking, when I paint in watercolour, I tend not to sketch or underpaint anything. I just like go straight in, so I thought that was a good idea because I can't hold a pencil. A lot of my problem is it's not the movement, but anything that requires pressure, so like grip strength, which weirdly I can do with this hand, which I'm really happy about, or pushing or pulling things, is basically a no on both hands just now. So I figured watercolour was the way to go. So I'm using the latest Paul Rubens set. I did review this at one point. Thea, maybe you could find the video and link it in the chat. Also, I'm very aware for people that might be watching on a replay as well, because I just can't put out videos just now, and it's because I can't sit to edit it because it's a lot of keyboard and mouse stuff which I just can't do. So yes, this Paul Rubens set is delightful, and I feel like it's really underused, but we've got a lot of like sort of deep reddish colours, that there's quite a lot of nice earth tones, and this is something that they've tweaked. I think this is like the 5th incarnation of their watercolour set, So I want to use that to my full advantage, and I just fancied something a little bit different today because this is obviously a very different setup to what we're used to. A two-handed, but we were talking about sippy cups earlier, so yeah. Oh, thanks, Thea. They are pretty colours. I'm going to have to do a wee bit of swatching as well, so I've just printed this off. The other thing that I've got as well is this palette here. This is a very special palette because this came from Julia Kay of Julia Kay Art Studios. Again, most of you know that her and I are very good friends. She made this herself, but by hand. So this is a handmade palette, and I feel it just kind of fits my aesthetic today. So yeah. The paper that I've got taped down here, I don't think Yvonne's here today, but Yvonne donated a pile of art supplies to me to put in the stash shop and to use. But one of the things that she gave me was this Fabriano paper. It's paper that I've not used before. So this is 100% cotton paper. It is very, very textured, and I just wanted to give it a bash basically. It's 300 GSM, and when I say cold pressed, it's like sandpaper cold pressed, but I figured again texture for something like this might be quite nice, so that's what we're going to be using. So there's a lot of sheets in this pad though, so there's 25 sheets here, so I'm going to do a little bit of like swatchy first, because it's been a while since I've used the Paul Rubens palette anyway. So I just want to kind of like map out some colours as we go. Other than that, I've just got all the usual suspects. I've got my little pot here with my paint puck in it. I do still have one of these paint pucks for sale in the stash shop. There's only one left. These are great for cleaning your brushes, especially see if you use gouache or watercolour. They're so good because they don't damage your brush, but it takes the pigment off really quickly. And I'm a convert, so. But anyway, if you'd like one of them, you can check out the stash shop. Oh, Thea doesn't know much about watercolours. Oh, so Miri's had this in a sketchbook. How did you find it, Miri? Was it good? I'd like to know your opinion on that. Oh, there might be a lot of like grunting noises again. I'm really sorry, but I just. Patty and Evie, hope your package gets here before the next mail strike. Well, it's gone today. It depends when your mail strike is, but as long as it lands in Canada before it happens, then I'm hoping. Fingers. I can't cross my fingers. That's about as crossed as we're getting. Hopefully you'll get it. Miri likes a texture cold press for landscapes, so works really well. Okay, right, great stuff. So in my mind, I'm wanting to basically split this. So you can see it's not quite the rule of thirds. I would say that's maybe halfway. If we fold the paper, just, you know, to have a point of reference, if I just do that. So halfway is above the line, but that's not too bad. So I think I want to start with a really pale, a really watered down blue colour, because I'm thinking about like this corner here. So let's grab some water, plop it in here. I see this brush holds a lot more water than the synthetic ones, so we can see what happens here. But let's get this as like an ultramarine blue colour. Again, I'm just squishing it out on the pad over here. There's nothing really that exciting happening. But I also want, this looks as if it might have a tiny bit of yellow in it as well. So let's grab the kind of lemony yellow colour, so the cool yellow. I need to tell them apart again. I never swatched these out or anything before I everything just looks green just now. We'll see how this goes. I'm going to sing along with you every time. It's actually not bad, and I'm at the point now where I'm not taking painkillers all the time. I'm taking painkillers at night just to like help me sleep. You know, just to what we call get over. You know, just so you can actually start sleeping. Or if I've inadvertently overworked myself. Which I seemed to be quite good at doing. Right, okay, so this one here is the lemon yellow colour. But yeah, other than that, I'm actually doing okay. I've just got to be careful that I don't overextend myself. That's the thing, but I'm getting a bit cocky. It's been 2 weeks. Get cocky. Right, so let's pop a wee bit of water in there. Clean water. So I think I might just like splodge a wee bit of that down, like it's just a weeny wee bit, which is fine. And then I'm just gonna wang it down, guys. Like there's no sort of technical description like that. There is not a cloud in the sky there. The day that we were there, which is the day that I injured myself, was absolutely roasting. And we were told that it was very uncharacteristic for the time of year. It was like maybe 5 or 6 degrees warmer. We were hitting 27, 28 degrees Celsius, which in Cyprus in November is that's quite warm. Normally it's like low 20s, like 21, 22. So it was particularly warm, but there was no cloud cover. There was nothing. I wasn't complaining at the time. I was having a great time. Like I was having an absolute ball. Right, so let's pop a little bit down. But I feel like we need some like a more turquoisey colour. So let me just. Okay, no, not that one. Oh, that's purple. No, I definitely don't want purple. Good lord. Right, what's going on down here? Oh, there we go, look. Oh, yay. That's a bit more like it. I probably do have colour names and stuff for this on the actual review video. That's not happening right now, but let's try and get this squished out a bit so you can see that texture of the paper already, but I do want this to be quite even because reference image. This is great. This is very liberating. I didn't think this would be this much fun. This feels good, guys. Like there's no pain here. I'm just like boo 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 boo. Let's squish everything about on the paper. I'm literally like, I'm just holding on to that and no more though. Like, I'm not actually gripping anything in any sense. And that's probably why it feels nice. This is the best fun I've had in about a week and a half. Right, let's try and even this out. So just a little bit of water on my brush here. And then back and forth, back and forth. But I have to kind of let it settle itself though. This was another reason though that I picked watercolour, because there's going to be gaps like where I'm going to have to let layers dry and we can chat about the things we need to chat, and it gives my hand a rest. So yeah. There were also, and I know you're going to be bitterly disappointed in this, there'll be no jock cam today. My hands just won't let me set up the camera, so you're just going to have to put up with my mug for for the duration. He is just over there though, like he's not far away. And he's fine, he's okay. He's just jock being jock. Oh, a bit of a sigh there. Okay. Sandy, I'm loving the new camera layout, being able to see your body face. The reason that we changed this was because everyone wanted to see Jock. That was the only reason, Sandy. Art is healing. Well, I'm doing my best, Terry, and nice to see you. What ridiculous out of the day is it for you? I don't think you should be here at this time. Tell me it's like reasonably morning-ish. Just chalk paint on the paper and see what happens. Well, that's kind of what's happening right now. But that's the thing though, guys, like, you know, I've always been like, I very much know my place in the art community, and I'm not this like fantastic, like, you know, evolutionary artist. And I've always said that art should be accessible to absolutely everyone. And I think I'm kind of demonstrating my my feelings on that really well just now. Um, we can, you know, it's not about creating masterpieces or getting things into galleries. It's just like, you know, I've missed this, so I'm really missing being able to use a pencil. I can't grip a pen or a pencil just now. It's been 2 weeks. It's 2 weeks today since my actual mishap. And it's problematic for me. It really is. So to be able to do something that's remotely creative and enjoy it and not have any expectations. I mean, to be fair, most of the time, unless I'm doing a commission, I don't really have any expectations anyway. Like, the bar's set low here. But I would just like to prove a point. Like, both of my limbs have broken things on them, and I'm sitting here with you guys doing this, and do you know what? It's fine. Everything's great. So I'm going to leave that. I'm never going to get it perfectly smooth because that's not watercolour's about. But I feel like we're kind of in the right direction. We've got the light patch down here-ish. It's this bit here. And then we've got this slightly darker area up here. And we've got the nice texture of this paper come through. This paper's lovely, by the way. So we're going to leave that to dry. And then we'll do some sort of base colour for down here. And see if we can get, you know, a bit more interesting stuff going on a little bit later on in the stream. Oh, 6 AM, Terry. Jesus wept, woman. Oh, right, so Sandy's obviously missed this. I made the terrible decision to take a break and... I keep saying this, I know I wanted a break, I didn't mean literally. I went on holiday to Cyprus, which is about a 5.5 hour flight from where I live. And 2.5 days into my holiday, we were in the Tomb of Kings, which is where this photograph came from. Basically, they were underground tombs where the elite and well moneyed people of Cyprus were buried, and it was all dug out as an archaeological site, and you can like wander around it and go and all the rest of it. And when I was there, I was scrambling up a kind of like, it was like loose ground with like gravel on it, and I slipped and fell and landed on my elbow and my hand. So I broken my right elbow and fractured my left thumb. So that is how we got here. Be in a mood. Well, this is the first time, like I did about 4 or 5 days ago, I did squish about some colour on a paper, but I was too sore to do it, like it was too soon, whereas I feel now, like I've got movement, like my elbow, I can do this, and I've got lots of movement in my finger. I have no rotation like this in this hand. It is very, very sore to do that, and I can't extend it, and I can't do this with this arm. On this hand, I can't do this or this or this. So I'm kind of like just working between the two, like I'll figure it out, it's fine. Jan's really enjoying explaining history and archaeology. Like, for everyone else in the audience, Jan's like a total like fossil geek. Like, she loves archaeology and all the rest of it. I have to say though, like I am not that into history, but going to archaeological sites and being able, like, tangibly being able to climb in amongst it, even though it ended badly, and see things like with your own eyes and touch them, it was very exciting. I really enjoyed it, because that site in Paphos where we were was a mix of different eras, and one of the things that struck me was there was a lot of Roman pillars, and I'm like, Romans in Cyprus? So Cyprus is primarily Greek. Obviously the Greek liked pillars as well, like back in the day, but these were specifically Roman pillars, and it was very obvious that they were Roman pillars because they were ridiculously ostentatious, and they had like really ornate like door frames, and one of them's still there, and everyone's like, "Oh, that's clearly the Romans." Like it's obvious that's the Romans. So I really enjoyed it. It was really really good. Until I hurt myself, obviously. Snoo says our hubby had elbow surgery and the recovery was worse than his hip replacement. Well, that's the thing. Like, I've broken other bones, and breaking my elbow was way, way, way more painful than breaking other things. And that's like, I was really concerned that there was something really wrong. I'm like, do I need surgery here? Like, this doesn't feel like a break. But yeah, it's just because it's, but the elbow. Cal says they also have some of the best preserved mosaics. I didn't see any preserved mosaics, but then again, my adventure was cut short, so. Would you say the pain you've been through was worth the ticket? Oh, it was great. It was great fun until it wasn't. No, I think the actual, see, when it happened at the time, I obviously went into shock, and I just thought I'd like banged myself up quite badly. After it happened, we decided to leave, and we walked about 25 minutes. And it was quite warm. Well, it was like 26 or whatever, and I was absolutely fine, other than I felt kind of bumped and bruised. But we went to like a little like local tavern kind of place, and we sat down, and I had 2 bottles of water, and then I had a cider of all things. I don't normally drink cider, but that's what was there. Mr. Jem likes cider. And I'd only taken like 2 mouthfuls, and I just like, it was as if someone had taken everything in front of my face and like tried to spin it, you know, like whirl it round. And I didn't know whether I was going to pass out, or I didn't know whether I was going to throw up. And Mr. Jem looked at me and he was like, "Are you all right?" And I said to him, I was like, I think I'm going to throw up. So I got up, went to the bathroom, and I barely made it like to the door of the bathroom, and I swung round and like slammed the bathroom door shut, which sent like a shock of pain, because I did it with this arm all the way up my arm. Threw up violently, but only for like 15 seconds. And then I stood up and looked in the mirror, and there was literally like sweat pouring down, like my hair was soaked like all the way up to my ponytail, and there was sweat like running down my neck, and I was so out of breath, but I felt like instantly better. So I left the bathroom, went back, and Mr. Jim was like, he was basically like a ghost. He was white as a sheet, and he said to me, he's like, "You've got no colour in your lips, like your lips are the same colour as your face. Like, do I need to call an ambulance here?" And I couldn't figure out whether it was the heat and the walking and the climbing that I'd done, or whether it was because I'd fall. Like, I couldn't figure it out, but I said to him, I was like, I feel like much better. I now know that that was delayed shock from obviously trauma to 2 different places. It was so weird though, so weird. But like I wandered about for like a good hour and a half after that. But the problem was later on at night, we went back to the hotel. I lay down for a little while, and when we were getting ready to go out, my limbs kind of like stopped working, and by the time we got to dinner, I couldn't use a knife and fork. And that's when I said to Mr. Jem, like, stuff's broken, like, I know it's broken because I've broken limbs before. Tomorrow morning, if I don't sleep through this, then it's definitely broken, and tomorrow we need to go to the medical centre, and that's what's happened. So, anyway, I'm fine. Painting with feet, oh God, no. But I tell you what, my adrenaline's freaking awesome. See if I could bottle that and sell it on, I'd be a millionaire. I have never thrown up that violently, like, for such a short period in my entire life. It was I actually thought I was going to, like, I thought a lung was going to come up or something. But it literally lasted seconds, and the minute it happened, I felt so much better. I was like, oh, thank goodness for that. But I couldn't stop the sweat pouring down my face. I was like, oh God, oh God, oh God. That's the first time in a long time I've seen Mr. Jem scared though, because he's a big burly farmer that doesn't take any nonsense, you know what I mean? Like, it takes a lot before he gets worried about stuff, but the expression on his face said it all. So, but Sandy's someone that goes for it as well. Yeah, I'm kind of like that too. But you guys know I always use the phrase because why not? Well, that's exactly because why not. I'm like, I mean, I'm just gonna scramble my way up there. I could have taken like a long route round and like walked up a path, but it was in direct sunlight and it was extremely warm. Like, we went really early in the morning to try and avoid like the peak of the heat, because we knew we would be moving about a lot, and like we live in Scotland, we're not accustomed to that. And I was like, no, I'll take the shortcut, it's fine, because I'd been climbing in and out of holes and tombs and like graves and everything. I was like, it's fine. And I was like, yeah, I'll do it. Why not? Like, this is exactly because why not? This is because why not? The dog's wandering about. Oh, the time I fell down one stair. Sandy rocky banks are more dangerous than muddy fields. Yeah, I'm much more accustomed to muddy fields. I'm just going to have a wee bit of a... This is a teeny weeny wee bit damp, and I want to just plop a little bit more of that ultramarine colour in this top corner. I really want to get that intensity feel. And I'll mix it with a little bit. I don't know what this colour's called, but the more turquoisey colour. Yeah. Like, let's just bodge that in there. I mean, this feels very unnatural to me. Again, I'm very much more a precision person. Although I like to use watercolour occasionally, this doesn't feel intuitive, but it's probably a good thing to like use this as an opportunity rather to see it as a failing or a what's the word I'm looking for? An obstacle. Let's use it to our advantage. Let's, loose. I don't really want to touch this area because I feel like I've done okay with that. But we just need to get a little glaze on because we don't want any cauliflower issues. Like, I feel like that's a bit better. Right, so let's we've got there's 39 people all together. So let's have a wee bit of a chat about the merch situation. As I said earlier, I want to start it in here in the stream, and then we spider it out as we go to the wider audience that maybe only watch videos. And I'm really sorry that I don't have any videos out. I just can't sit and edit them. That's the problem. So, right. The situation with the merch is based on your feedback. I want to go with a sketchbook with the Colour Cave pencil logo on it. So that's the round logo that you see almost everywhere. I already get my sketchbooks from Sea White and they do an embossing service. So what I want to know from you is, for the sketchbooks, do you want the watercolour journals, which is our best selling sketchbook? I see it more of as a multimedia journal personally because I think the paper in it's great for the price. Do we get a limited print run done on the watercolour journals, or do we do it on a standard sketchbook? I would love your thoughts on that. Ugh. I'm just going purely on the basis of what sells well. I'm going to go and grab a couple of them just now. If you just give me... I was going to say 1 second. Everything's a lot slower just now, so maybe 5 seconds. Okay, don't mind either way. Watercolour sketchbooks. Prefer the watercolour sketchbook. Okay. The watercolour journals are good for everything. The watercolour. Okay, well, oh yeah. I'm kind of in agreement with Ulrika, but again, I don't want to be biased here because, you know, it's not about me. You guys are the ones that are going to buy them. So, okay. So, if I just, this is difficult. Hang on, I need to move the painting out of the way, but I don't want to damage it. Oh, right. So this is our best-selling watercolour sketchbook. So it is the travel journal, and this landscape one is like, I sell way more of these than anything else. The paper is 200 GSM. It is pre-primed, so it tends not to buckle too badly. I like it because it's got a little bit of texture. It is not finished paper, so it's cold pressed. But it's not really knobbly bobbly, and I just love the rounded corners. And like, I think it's a really good quality sketchbook, and the paper's really good quality for the money that you pay for them. The other option we've got here is the traditional sketchbook. If I just turn this over, all the details are on the back here. So this is cartridge paper, and it is sized again. So if you do want to use it with wet media, you know, it'll take it. It's not going to like fold like a poor pack of cards. But it's only 140 GSM, and these are like, there's not much of a price difference between these two of these, and I just think this is a far superior product personally. So yeah, Mary likes it because it lays flat well. Yeah, these don't. The travel journals, I use pencil in these all the time again, but I am a person that likes pencil with textured paper because I like texture. I did, you know, like. I almost bought one last week. Okay, right, well, I think that's a good general consensus. The good thing is, you know, I have dealings with Sea White all the time. It's a wholesaler that I use frequently, and they do this as a service. So, I think that maybe we could do this. They're quite limited in the designs that they can put on because it's embossed, like it's stamped into the cover. So I was thinking the Colour Cave pencil, you know, just in the corner there in silver, I think would be quite nice. They'll only be very marginally more expensive than these are, and you're getting these for a bargain in the stash. Well, you're getting everything for a bargain in the stash shop because things are very cheap. But I just thought it'd be really nice. It will be a limited run, so once they're gone, they're gone. I might reprise that at a later date if there's a lot of interest, but obviously in the economic times that we're in, I have to be very careful what I do here, but this is a really good way to have something a little bit customised, something a little bit special. But if I do something like this, they will never be mainstream in the stash shop. It will be a limited run, so if you do decide to buy one, you can have one knowing that you're one of the very few people that will have one. A no-brainer. Embossed and a few cave stickers. Job's a good one. Okay, right, well, I think that's more or less solved. So, very efficient. Good job, guys. Love it. Right, okay, the next thing is the other two items that I would like to have for a merch run. There was an overwhelming response for an HB pencil, which, why? Like, why? Like, you can get HB pencils all over the place, or is it just because it's a cave pencil and we like pencils here? Is that the idea? With HB pencils, the problem with them is that obviously you have a very limited area. They're usually hexagonal, or you can get round ones as well. You're very limited in what you can do. The plan that I had in mind for that was to just have the tagline or the text logo. So the Colour Cave, we like to play with art stuff. I'm not even sure we could squeeze that in. Does anyone have any other suggestions for that, or what they would want to see on a pencil? And also, do you want an eraser on it? In my experience, the HB pencils that come with an eraser, the eraser's rubbish. and it might as well not be there, but it does look more aesthetically pleasing as a pencil. So pencils, cave pencil, always lovely. Cave colours on the barrel, pointy point pencil. It's a pencil. Okay, alright, okay, so like we just have it's a pencil. I never even thought of that. You guys are hilarious. Right, okay, so it's a pencil. That's... it's a pencil, okay. If I can get it done in the font that we've used on the sticker, which is quite a playful font, I think we should go for that. And have a colour cave gradient. Well, I know that I can do the gradient on the barrel. I think that would be the perfect pencil, wouldn't it? So the dark blue through to the turquoise, and then it's a pencil and the weird writing just down one side. No eraser. Okay. The eraser will never be... Is that the pencil that'll never be used, Patty, or the eraser, or both? That's funny. Why did I not think of it as a pencil? Oh, you guys. I don't think so, Jan. I think it's just like one line of both this, Patty. Okay. See, this is why we do things in the streams. Okay. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, well, Cox Mom was asking for a link to the shop. Thea, can you, or Patty or Jan, like I've got so many mods in here. I don't know if we'll do a 12-pack here. We might do a 6-pack. Can someone stick a link to the stash shop in for Wilcox Mama? Just to let you know, Wilcox Mama, I do ship worldwide. The situation with tariffs and posting and things might be a bone of contention, but if you want to ask any questions or you've got any queries, I can check out the actual physical postage costs for you before you put in an order. All you need to do is get in touch with me. That's not a problem. Hi Peter, nothing like the democratic process. Well, this is where we start. Like the democracy does start in the streams, and then we fan it out elsewhere. Goodness me. Lovely jubbly. Yeah, no, I'm always, you've got to remember, guys, that I'm like a one-man band, and my shop is very small, so if you want something and you are a bit further afield, I'm quite happy to negotiate and try and do the best that I can for you. All you need to do is get in touch with me. It's not the cut and dried. You put an order in your basket and check out, and it's like, this is what you've got to pay. And I realise that, especially for our friends in the States just now, things are really complicated and difficult. And also for our friends in Canada with postal strikes and stuff. So just get in touch with me. It's me you're going to speak to. It's no one else. And I will do my best to accommodate you. I've had lots of success posting to Australia as well. Very nervous about sending things that far away. The postal service from Scotland to Australia is freaking awesome though. I have had things get there in less than 2 weeks. And I'm sorry guys, that's freaking amazing. Imagine having that sketchbook with it's a pencil. Hey Jules, how you doing? We have 2 very important little visitors tomorrow. Ooh, okay. Well, thanks for popping in. I appreciate it. Righty ho. Okay, so we're making progress on the merch stuff. This hour is absolutely flying by, which is a good thing. I'm gonna sit here just for as long as I can, but I know that's not going to be very long. So let's at least go back to our painting for a little bit. We'll get this bottom part done, and then we'll discuss the tote bag situation. So obviously, like with the reference picture, this colour here is like screaming out to me. But again, I think I'll splodge it out on here first, just a little. Let's get some water on there. Oh, that's the green. I was too busy looking at the chat there. Obviously don't have that much control over my hand. Oh no. Right, here's my thingamadiddler. Oh, see, this is where we're going to have problems. Hang on. Put that there. Stop. grab the rag, like dip it in, make sure it's clean. Okay, good. Right, let's try that again. Oh. Yeah, Mary, you will have a tote bag. I'm going to do tote bags as well. I'll probably do the tote bags on pre-order only though. But we'll discuss that in just a wee minute. I would just like to get some colour down. Yeah, like, come on. So we need a really watered down version of that. So let's plop that in there. Yes, thanks, Jan. Kayla Witch is like, so take my money now. It's alright, Martine. I'll do my best. The thing that you like, and I'm not trying to patronise anyone here, but I have deliberately kept the shop small because it's a part-time thing for me, and like, see, with the rocketing costs of everything, it's really easy to put yourself in a position of financial risk. I have to keep this, like, I want to do this and I want to keep doing different things for the cave because I've had the shop since COVID and I've had the channel since 2018. But what I'm not prepared to do is like a huge financial risk, and merch is a huge financial risk. So I feel like this is a really good way to do it. And you know, there's a difference between losing a couple of £100 and losing like £1,000 when you're as small as I am. So that's why this like feedback and talking to the people that are here regularly is so important. It is a team. I know I keep saying it and it sounds so corny. It is a team effort, because if I don't listen to what you guys want and balance it with what the budget and my output can cope with, then it's going to fail. And I'm going to end up like a lot of other businesses that have folded because of COVID and you know, the current economical issues. So I'm trying to be smart about this. And I feel that like that this is just the best way to do it. We could just be having a beach scene here. I need like a darker brown, I think. If I move this, hang on. You know, there's browns and reds and stuff going on in here. So I feel like I'm going to like poke a little bit of red in somewhere, but again, really diluted. Maybe mix it in with some of that. About there maybe? Yeah, because why not? I mean, obviously I'm going to build this up over time, which won't be today. But we do want to have... Oh, that's better. I was a wee bit too wishy-washy for my liking there. I have a feeling I'll maybe keep this until the stream next week as well, and we can maybe build up on it a little bit more next week. I don't foresee a lot of painting in the interim. I'm trying to like put my brow on myself and do my hair myself. Let's pop a little bit of that in there, just because we can. And most of this middle part is going to be covered by the rock anyway. I want to make it a little bit more interesting. I feel like this, yeah, okay. Much more interesting. I'm so glad my elbow's working on my left hand. Like, I feel like I've got a bit of motion going on here because I don't have to grip hard with this. You know, like we've modified things enough that that's just doing the job. And I feel quite liberated just now. I feel quite free. Quite happy. So let's pop this, a little bit of that in there, because I'm just going, there's shadow here, which obviously will... I need to stop saying obviously today. I'm saying that a lot. We'll build up in this, but we might as well pop in the darker areas. I'm kind of trying to pretend that this fence and what's up against it doesn't exist, like the fence isn't there. I don't want to start putting darker colours in yet though, because obviously we need to get some greens and blues in here to make this a bit more accurate. But I think that's fair. Like I'm happy with that just now. I'm gonna have to sit my brush down for a wee while. Oh, right, okay. It's a cave sketchbook. Let me just. You guys have been like chatting away. Martin's already throwing money at me. That well, there's a first time for everything, Theo. Pre-orders make perfect sense, and I think it's a great way to cover yourself too. Yeah, I just don't want to get into the position where I end up like a lot of my fellow creators and be like, oh, I have to shut the shop or whatever. I've survived this far, and when I opened the stash shop in 2020, I did it with no capital during a pandemic, and I'm still here, and I fully intend to keep it that way because the principle of it, which was to allow everyone access to good quality art supplies without being limited by budget, and I think it's working really well, and I've kept it small enough that I can juggle it with the farm and my proper job, and I fully intend to keep it that way. So yeah, well, I'm not going to put pre-orders on the pencils. The pencils are pretty cheap, so we don't need to worry about that. The tote bags, definitely. The sketchbooks, the thing is with the sketchbooks, because they're going to be the same as the bestseller, I'm pretty sure they're going to sell. So even if I had one or two left over that didn't sell at the very slightly higher price, I'm sure I could bargain bucket them at a later stage. Obviously I'm not going to do that if none of them sell and everyone goes, oh, I'm just going to wait till they go to lower price. That's not going to be the case. Or I might just keep them for myself because I use them as well. So there's options. Jem has her sensible head on. Jan, we're like, you and I both are getting far too sensible for our own good. If someone wants more than one of the sketchbooks, not a problem. Not a problem. The next sticker pack we should have why, because why not? Oh. 2 sketchbooks to have a spare. Okay, well, that's something I hadn't thought of. Like, I'll absolutely take that into consideration. 2 sketchbooks. So everyone's in for the 2 sketchbooks. Mr. Jem may have a new career soon as a lady's maid, what with the hair and the brad. Do you know what's really funny? He's really good at braiding hair because he's used to doing horses. But I was like, I need you to pay, like, going to bed at night. I want like a messy bun, but up here so that I can put my head on the pillow. Absolutely bewildered him, and he literally like tried to pull my hair out my scalp. But see if you want an ornate Dutch braid like backwards with 2 loops in it, he's your man. It's a cave sketchbook, not just any sketchbook. Every time you see the rock picture Dwayne Johnson. Oh no. Yeah, like I'm not saying this is like a one and done. Like I've never done anything else like this before, Martin. So I would be quite happy to do it again. But for what we're doing for the Christmas period, I want to keep it very small and almost like a guinea pig test the waters. Because to do I am a very, very small creator stroke supplier. To be doing a merch run like this is really risky for someone with a business my size. So I would like it to work basically. So we have to do it small. The good thing is as well, see, because Sea White are in the UK and I've been working, like I've been buying from them for a long time, there would be no problem. See, if I got like 2 weeks down the line and was like, yeah, I know how you gave me those sketchbooks, can I have like 20 more? They'd be like, yeah, no problem. It's a sketchbook. But no, not all sketchbooks are made equally, whereas I tend to find with pencils, it's a pencil. Yeah, you get the different grades of pencils, but it's still a pencil. And it's a tote bag. Right, let's talk about the tote bags then, because again, this is something that we really need to be talking about. We've got scope on the tote bags. I'm assuming you don't just want the Colour Cave logo or the tagline. If you had to have a past design that we've done, and it doesn't matter how far back you want to go, what would you want on your tote bag? I'm going to leave that with you. I'm going to take a wee break. It is 10 to 5. I'm not going to stop at 5 o'clock. I'm feeling okay, like I'm feeling quite comfortable. I would really just like to go to the bathroom, and right now for me that takes a lot of time because I don't have 2 working hands. So I will leave that with you. Have a think about what design you might like in a tote bag, and obviously carry on in the chat. I'll be back in like maybe 5-6 minutes. But I think we'll maybe carry on to closer to 5:30, as long as I'm still feeling okay. So you can talk that out, but also you can talk about what you're eating for dinner or your next meal, because that's what you do when I'm not here, and I shall return very, very soon. Some really interesting suggestions here. Right, so one of the situations we have, I'm planning on getting this tote out for Christmas. So we really, what's all the other hands for? Oh, because it's because Pete left us. Thank you for that, Pete. $6.99 Canadian dollars. Thank you so much. Yes, so one of the things with the totes is we want to get them printed and out for Christmas, so it'll be no new designs. Okay, we can have the cave pencil on one side. On the other side, Mildred can go on. Maybe Mildred without her Christmas hat though. She is kind of an icon for the cave, to be fair. But if anyone else, you know, because I was kind of thinking like the Aqua Buddies were really popular, and also our Mecha Moggy Doggy Froggies, maybe something like that. Okay, Wilcox Mama, thanks for coming and joining us. I really appreciate it. Yeah, have it saved payday. Okay, well, if you've got any questions or any queries, just drop me an email. You can get in touch with me through the website, and I'll be more than happy to put a package together for you if it's going to help you out for taxes or anything like that. Just give me a shout. All the funny animals. I kind of like the idea of Mildred, but then again, not everyone wants a derpy cow with her udders hanging out on a tote bag. Just saying. Again, Cal, that's something I would contemplate in the future, but for now, I want to get something out quickly, so ideally it would be something that's already been digitised, and we can just like pack it on and get it. I've got a really good company that have printed the Christmas cards for my my last commission that I did, and I've got like a specific person that I can speak to and get things organised, so... Yeah, Mildred. We love Mildred, okay. Show me who would not want a cow with udders hanging out. Well, logo on one side and maybe the pink udder hands. See, I like the idea of the pink udder hands, but I feel that's very specific to streaming. We do have a wider audience that can't make a lot of the streams and don't necessarily... excuse me one moment. I've got a can of Pepsi Max down here. That don't necessarily sit and watch the replays of the full streams, and I don't want, like, you know, I need it to be quite sort of universal, so... But this is what these chats are all about. I'm trying to like kind of figure out a middle ground, and again I'm trying to sort of... It sounds a bit dramatic, but I'm trying to protect myself a little bit because I have to invest money in this to do this, so... Yeah, no, you will absolutely have everything. Like, you'll have all the details and nothing will be done without prior authorisation from the cavers. And that's kind of the point in this. I'm just going to... Oh, right, hang on. I need to... Oh, there we go. We're going to go back to the painting for a little bit. Go for the cave logo on one side and then just we like to play with art stuff on the other. Really? Like, if you were getting like a one of a kind run, would you not want something a bit more custom? Pete shows up occasionally to the stream and I'm just starting to understand the pink udder hands. Well, I'm glad you've got that understanding, that's good. Oh, Katara, I didn't even know you were in here. Hello, welcome. How about the paintbrushes? I personally love the paintbrush trees, but that's because it's basically me. So, yeah. Any of the stickers, any of the prints, anything like that could go on a tote bag, and we could have the Cave Pencil logo on the other side. I love the paintbrush trees personally. But I can't, it's not that this isn't about what I want, this is about what you guys want, so you know that's a little bit more important that we you know, deal with that. Right, okay, I think I might try and put like a very faint outline of this very blocky rock shape here. I'm thinking it's going to need to be mostly grey. So let's grab a little bit of black, pop it in a different ducat. For those of you that aren't familiar with the Scottish lingo, a ducat is anything that's like a little pocket or a hidey hole or any sort of recess, you can call that a ducat. So paint wells count as ducats. Get some clean water and just drop that in. I have to say this brush is really good. I picked this specifically because it holds more water than the white bristled sea white synthetic brushes that I normally use, and I thought I would kind of need that today, and yeah, that's kind of working out well. So I'm just slopping loads of water in there, clean my brush off, and I'm going to put a weeny bit of this like ochre colour in. And then get back to my pad here. This is the same paper as the paper that we're working on for those of you that have just joined. Oh no, that's still really greyish. Oh, I don't know, that's quite accurate. I think I want it to be a wee bit more vibrant just for like my own funsies though. So let's say that this is just a guide, it's just a reference. We're getting into greenish territory now though. Don't know if I like that. Don't know if I like that at all. Let's see. Okay, a little bit happier with that. I'm actually okay with a greenish tone because we're going to put the trees and stuff in as well. I feel like that would be a bit more uniform. So maybe that's not terrible. Yeah, okay. Okay, so I want to kind of like, I say I'm just keeping this really loose. We'll probably work a bit more on this in the next live. And I'm not trying to go like for like here, it's just a sort of impression. I feel like trying to get this in is going to be really fiddly, and I don't want that, but I do like this like shape of the rock, so let's try and keep that a little bit. And we've got this hidey hole here. We've got a hidey hole, so let's make that a little bit darker. I'm also trying to counteract, obviously these are very very transparent, so I'm working with what's also in behind that we've popped in, but I'm not going for accuracy here. I've got 2 broken limbs, guys. Like I'm not that particular, but I just feel like it's a really interesting shape, and that's what we need to do. So, yeah, I'm happy with that. Yeah, why not? And we can work on this a little bit more once it's dried. I do feel like I want to get these trees are so green. So let's get like offensively green here. No, that's too emeraldy. Let's go with this like spring green colour. It's like offensive green. So I'm just going to go in with straight colour here and get the shape a little bit. That's outrageous. But we'll temper it a little bit. It doesn't have to be that outrageous. But this is the beauty of watercolour. And I want to leave that wee gap there because I think that gives us like nice definition. This is very much an interpretation. And then there seems to be, the foliage seems to go all the way to the ground. So yeah, let's do that, and let's pop a wee bit in there. I'll try not to touch what I've just done because it'll bleed. One of the things that it says, this Fabriano paper that I'm using, I would just like to point out, one of the things it says on it is improved colour lifting. So I am going to try and improve the colour lifting here. Let's see how well we actually do. So clean damp brush, lift. Yeah, okay. Still quite offensive though, to be fair, but yeah, I'll give it that. And I think I might just pop, and again I know it's a very different colour, but I might just pop some of that down here. Again, thinking about what's going on here. It's not what it's going to look like when it's finished, but again, thinking about just the base a little bit. And that viridian greenish colour that I had earlier, let's do that up there. Wee bit in the corner. And then I've got a wee bit poking out here. I'll omit this last part because we've changed the positioning of this main block. I'll just leave that as, we don't want that. Ooh, a hidey hole. There's so many stickers that we love, that's why I thought of the pattern. Yeah, no, I get that. I think that's maybe a bit complex for what we're trying to achieve in a short time frame, but that I think that would be something that would be really good for later on, especially if we do get, you know, quite a good pickup with the tote bags. We could definitely look at that as something else. A green only to be found in diapers. What is wrong with you? Ew. Ew. Bingo card style pattern of all the things would be cool, but probably hard to do clearly. Yeah, exactly what I was just saying. Definitely achievable, like not a problem, but maybe not for now. Obviously I'm on a very short time scale because I was on holiday and then subsequently broke my limbs. Not ideal. No, Dookit, a Dookit, Dookit, Dookit. Cal says the good thing about watercolours is you can add a bit of post-production detail with pencils. Well, I can't do it with pencils, but I can hopefully with a finer paintbrush maybe later on. I don't know right now. Katara says it's not offensive, it's happy. It's the colour of new growth in spring. Oh, okay, yep. Plopping the green because why not? Typical cave stream, yeah. Martina, duke it. Yeah, not a ducket, duke it. Yeah. It does, Martin. Duket originates from a dovecote or a dovecote. Pea shoot green. Okay, that's another description. I still think it's quite offensive personally. But we'll build that up over time. I just wanted to get like a basic shape. We'll leave that to dry for a wee bit longer. This is one of those things, I talk about this quite a lot in the sort of like process videos that I haven't done for a while now, to be fair. The trust the process. Like, this looks like a 5-year-old has just splodged paint down on a piece of paper, which is completely valid at this point. You're creating a base and it's the subsequent techniques, patience and time that you spend that makes it into an actual painting, and I am completely comfortable with this. Obviously that's not a finished painting, but someone would look at that and be like, how are you going to make that into anything normal? Trust me, we'll get there. Absolutely not a problem. I say I'm not looking to copy, like carbon copy what's going on here. This is a reference image. I'm using it for reference, but we will create something that looks good. What the main focus is obviously the big massive split in the stone, and then the fact that this great big tree's like poofed out over this like a muffin top. That's the focal point of the picture. And all we're doing is laying the groundwork here. So if you're earlier on in your art journey and you're not sure about watercolour or even your art process in general, like, this is fine. It's absolutely fine. I am perfectly comfortable with this. I did want slightly more vibrant colours because I like cheery things, and you know, I like to have that bit of sort of like, not necessarily something that'll punch you in the face, but I do like to put offensive colours in, as we've demonstrated here. And this is absolutely spot on. I'm happy with this. The thing that's going to make this a nice painting, or a painting that's pleasant to look at, or something that I'm happy with, is what comes after this stage. And the type of things that I'm talking about is putting in that wee hidey hole, that duket, those great big cracks there, getting those shadows in where the sun's casting from over here, details in these leaves, and this great big tree that's grown out. That's where, like, I'm going to spend the most time, and I'm going to work on that. And if I have to wait until I can grip a teeny tiny paintbrush, so just to give you an idea, that this is what I can hold comfortably just now. My teeny tiny paintbrushes that I like to use are just over here. And just for Cal's benefit, if I can pick this up without dropping it, which I hope I can, they're still in the llama mug. The watercolour brushes live in the llama mug, but the handles of the brushes that I normally use are they're very, very small. That's the thickness. I just can't hold this just now, so this may have to wait like another week or two, but that's where I want to get to. And I would use a brush like that to put in, like, see all the like the darker parts. There's a really dark part there, and there's dark parts there, but in here this area is darker. But I would do that by like booping it in. That's where we're going to get to. So patience is a virtue. You know, all that jazz. May not be able to join any more commenting as my black dye is not agreeing with my media and I need to concentrate. Pete, you go and get it done. Like, art comes first, my man. Thank you for joining us, though. I really appreciate you coming in. I feel ridiculous. I'm here with my two hands like, chug! It's like, it's a can of Pepsi Max, chug. Okay, so let me pop a little poll. Excuse me while I like scoop myself a little bit. I'm getting fatigued now. The pointy point on the brush that I have is good, but it holds a lot of water. When I'm doing fine detail, I don't want a lot of water. I want to use it almost like you would maybe use like an ink brush pen. Does that make sense? Right, I'm going to stick a really quick poll in here. Oh, that's completely the wrong button. Come on, Jem. Start a poll. So, tote design. The typing is really hard, by the way. This is why I can't edit videos. Like, see, keyboard and mouse. Oh my word! It's like the actual definition of torture. So let's put in. A lot of you mentioned Mildred. Mildred. You're not even getting capital letters because that's too much effort. The Mecha Oggies. Mecha. Oh, come on, Jim. Mecha Oggies. And let's put in the aqua bodies. Aqua. Because everyone loves the aqua bodies. And the other hands. Oh, lordy. Whoa, that was hard work. Righty. Oh, why do I do this to myself? Zero flavour in my tea. Or your dinner. Okay. Well, I'm just starting to venture back into the kitchen. Mr. Jem's pretty much been doing everything. And up until about 3 days ago, I couldn't really like open a cupboard or the dishwasher, because our dishwasher is one of those ones that you pull out towards yourself and down. Yeah, that wasn't happening. Our dishwasher is also quite new, so that mechanism's really stiff. So yeah, there's that. But I'm able to, like, because I can scoop and lift, like I can hug things into me, I'm starting to do stuff in the kitchen. So I'm going to try and make some taco seasoned mince, and then Mr. Jem's going to do the rest later on tonight. But like, it's part of it is the fact that I feel really useless and a bit miserable about it, and I'm kind of like stubbornly determined. I'm like, I can do this, it's fine. But we'll see how that goes. I will keep you updated on that one. No oh god, yeah, the paintbrush trees. Ah, jeez, I don't think I can amend the poll at I can't amend the poll at this point. That's disappointing. We do have 58% for Mildred though. Okay. Let's end that poll. So let's just put in Mildred and the paintbrush trees and see what happens, shall we? Right, okay. Oh god, this is hard. Right, I need to swing back round. I'm sorry, guys. I need to swing back round. The pick. I think the thing with the paintbrush trees as well is there's quite a lot of colours in them. They're like aesthetically they're quite pleasing and they're quite complete. Paint brush trees. Right, there we go. Okay. Let's try that then. It's so silly that mods can't do polls. I don't know if that's something that I can actually like influence. I'm pretty sure I can give you access to do that. Maybe that's something that we need to look into. Oh, lots of colour. Yeah, Katara, I'm totally with you on that one. 100%. Oh, I have to say my elbow's getting quite sore now, but it's 5:20. I think I've done quite well. Oh, paintbrush trees at 67%. Really? For anyone that's not familiar with them, I'm going to go and grab one of the stickers just so that you can see. In fact, I don't think I've got a Mildred sticker now. Let me go have a look. You just hang tight. Oh, jeez. I just come over here. Oh, I've got Christmas cards. Oh, right, okay. Oh, paintbrush tree still at 67. You give us Mildred in a bag, you know people are going to want a plushie. I'm getting to that point here. Right, okay, so just for those of you who maybe haven't been around so long, this is Mildred in her Christmas form. Merry Christmas. So we would have Mildred without her hat on. The paintbrush trees, I don't even think I've got a link to them in the shop anymore. These are the paintbrush trees here, but they came as like their own sticker at one point, so they're like on a little cliff all by themselves. But they've got like lots of colour in them. And this is meant to be this is like the interpretation of my world in my brain. And if I had a forest, because I live amongst lots of trees and I feel very calm in a forest, mine would have paint on them. They would be paintbrushes. So I think this would be nice on a tote bag, just from the point of view of the different colours that we've used. It was a pencil drawing. The original sticker was also a pencil drawing, not just this sticker. So that's something to contemplate. But to be fair, like, the Mildred's, she's freaking adorable. Come on, guys. Look at her with her little wonky udders and her little derpy eyes. Like, how can you not love that? So that's the options. Yeah, okay. Oh, the paintbrush trees are, yeah, okay. Ooh. Black Rose loves Mildred. I will be, that was something else I wanted to mention. Now we're like kind of like peak viewers, so like 82 views now. Unfortunately, I'm not putting out a new Christmas card this year. Normally, the commission that I do for my local community, I will convert that into like a universal Christmas card. I can't do it this year because physically I can't do it. I will, in the shop update that's coming out on the 23rd, I will be putting out the previously available Christmas cards, which includes this one that I've just shown you with Mildred. With Merry Christmas. She's just a little card though, she's only an A6, so that's like folded over. But I do packs of 3 of these, and last year's Christmas card will still be available, but that's all that's going to be happening this year, unfortunately, and I'm really sorry about that, but it's just circumstance. I'm planning to release the merch pre-orders shortly after that. In the coming shop update as well, there's new colours from Julia Kay, so if you're into watercolours, we've got some kind of like seasonal colours coming up on the 23rd, and a selection of used supplies, as always, that we can give to people for a very reasonable price, and they're either very lightly used or not used at all. So you can look forward to that, but I'll post more about that on the socials in the next couple of days. Again, it's something that I can cope with much better than sitting and editing videos or trying to paint things. So okay, right, so it's kind of, the paintbrush trees are dropping. It's at 62%. I think what I'm going to do then is I will contact the merch print company. In the past, when I've had multiple designs of things, they've been able to give me a discount for buying the same product with different designs. I don't know whether I'm going to be able to wangle that this time, but it might be a possibility. But just your input, like, for me at this point, it is invaluable. Like, it really, really is, and I really, really appreciate it, because it's this, as I said earlier, this isn't about me, this is about what you want. And the things that have come out of the streams have quite often been the things that have done well. But I have to remember, this isn't, like, you know, this is very niche. There's only been 82 of you that have been in the last hour. My subscriber base is much, much bigger than that, and my customer base for the shop is bigger than that again. So it's all about balancing things, but it's very good to have an immediate opinion from like a core demographic, which is obviously you guys, because you guys say, like, you're all the usuals. I guess all the same people that turn up, and I really appreciate your input, because a lot of the time the genuineness and the sort of unbridled opinions are what I need. So thank you very much. I will take those into consideration. We will have some final chats in next Wednesday's stream. If there's anything that needs sort of tidied up, we'll talk about it then. But I'm going to start to put things in motion now based on what you've told me. And we're art dragons. Yes. And we can go from there. So the ball is officially rolling. And I will be, putting things into motion literally from tomorrow onwards. So we hoard art supplies and live in the colour cave. Yes, we know. Black Nose says, don't think I'll be able to make it to next week's stream. Well, that's okay. It'll be an open dialogue on the landing page of the YouTube channel, so on like the community or posts tab, but also in the Discord as well. If anyone is here that isn't part of the Cave Discord that wants to be, please pipe up now. It's very inclusive. We want to have you in a community, and on the Discord we're quite active. Like, there are daily posts, and sometimes it's just us talking rubbish about the weather and stuff. Sometimes it's a bit more art related, and sometimes it's a bit deeper than that. But if you are a user of Discord or want to be a user of Discord and want a good place to start, the cave is perfect because we've got about 30 members now, so it's quiet enough that you can learn the ropes and be in familiar company, and then you can maybe branch out and find other interests on Discord that you want. Iceland liveries. I think Cal's well done for lasting 90 minutes. My inner Irene has ordered it. Thanks, Jan. It's all good. Yeah, guys, I'm going to call it a day there. It's nearly 5:30 now. And I'm actually quite pleased that I got a bit of painting done, because I just envisaged like coming on here and just chatting rubbish and like there's zero painting that's been done. But we got there eventually. So again, you've no idea how much I appreciate your input, especially in times like this where I'm particularly useless myself. Like, there's only so much I can do in a day. The very fact that I fell asleep on the couch last night, like, that tells you all you need. I don't do naps, so that tells you a lot. And we've got all the pink on our hands. I can't even clap properly. Like, yay. So between now and the next stream next Wednesday, I'll be posting quite a lot with the shop update and one thing and another. So keep your eyes peeled on YouTube, possibly Instagram, but also if you're in the Discord as well, you can check all the different channels and see what's going on. I'd like to thank Thea for backing me up here today. She is I want to say my right hand man, but it's actually left hand woman, but neither hand works, so you know. But I really appreciate all of you. Thanks again to Peter. I know he's not here now, for his little super chat donation as well. It's always appreciated. And at the very latest, I will see you next Wednesday for another stream, which will be slightly longer than this one. So enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Would like to wave enthusiastically, but you're going to have to do with one of these. And I'll see you all again soon. Just take it easy, everyone, and go do some art, and go and slop some watercolour on some paper, because why not? That's a safe way to do, because why not? And I'll see you again soon. Bye, everyone. Thank you.